All right, Halfway House Garage, Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. 59 tri-power I just scored today with what I think are original carburetors. I'm not 100% positive, but from what I can tell, these two are definitely the original by the tag. This one doesn't have a tag, but it appears identical to this one, so maybe somebody else knows. But my 59 Star Chief, I believe, is an original tri-power car. I bought it from the original owner's grandson in 2006, I believe January of 2006. He inherited it. I don't know if his grandfather had passed or somehow he got it from his grandpa, but he drove it for a couple years. He overheated it in 2003 or 2004, somewhere around there, and said he cracked a head, took it to the machine shop. They said they rebuilt the motor. They rebuilt the head, or rebuilt one head. The other head was cracked. They said they threw it in the trash, threw all those parts in the trunk, and told him to come pick up his car. So when I got it, and he didn't know shit about cars, but when I got it, he's like, yeah, it's rebuilt and everything. I popped the hood, and I can see it has one new piston in it. That's like, I think it was a 20 over. The other pistons were original. The motor was completely filthy. The cam was, full of dirt, or, I could see the cam was just covered in dirt. No push rods, no rockers, no lifters. One head, which looked like it had been cleaned, and that was it. And a 2-barrel intake in the trunk with no carburetor. So I think they just ripped them off. But I still have the tri-power badges. I kind of took them off for safekeeping. So I think this was an original tri-power car. PHS doesn't go back to 59, but it's been so long since I really messed with this car. But there's a code on the block, which I can't remember what digit it is, but it's a C, and they say if it's a C, it's probably the original tri-power car, and this one does have that. So I'd like to put a tri-power back on it. It used to have dual quads, now it's got a single 4. Muncie 4-speed, I converted it. Original 389, obviously. I put a 342 posi in it. It's really a pretty slick car. I need to rewire it. That's next. As soon as I'm done with the Imperial. I do have this trim. I need to find another clip and get that back on there. Got reverse slide deletes. Super hard to find. Way cool. Once I saw those, I had to have them. They're just so cool. Really a pretty solid car. Got some rust in the corners, and that's about it. One floor pan had some pinholes, and the other one was kind of thin, so I went ahead and did them both a long time ago, 2007-ish. But yeah, I'm excited to, as soon as the Imperial's done, get this thing back together. I have everything for it. I pulled the dash off to make it easier to rewire. My buddy's going to rewire it. He had it at his shop for 3 years and never touched it. And now it's back here, so I'm going to rewire it. Go through some things mechanically. It has all new shocks, fuel lines, brake lines, all new steering, ball joints, new springs in the rear. I couldn't find springs for the front. I pretty much did everything mechanically. New body mounts even. Transmission it's a Muncie, 1970, I believe, Muncie M20 4-speed. I bought that rebuilt already. Motor was rebuilt in 2007. Probably has, 30 minutes of runtime after break-in, so it's pretty fresh. I've actually found an NOS posi. I can't remember where I got the gears from, but anyway, maybe the posi already had gears. I really don't remember. Like I said, it's been a long time. I really haven't touched this car since 2010-ish, 2009-ish. So I'd like to get back on it. It'll clean up pretty nice. It's just got this light surface rust. The top is actually blue. I don't know if you can really see it, but pretty cool. And the paint code confirms that's a silver mist gray with Concord. I think it's called Concord Blue roof. And then I believe somebody painted these aftermarket. I've never seen one with blue fins. I've actually never seen one with a blue top either, but I don't think these were originally blue. But it's a nice touch, and I think I'm going to keep it. And I'll probably, whenever I paint it, I'll probably carry the blue on the hood fin, little V fin as well. I think that'll be cool. But seat's a little dirty, but it's actually pretty nice. The bottom of the seat's good. The door panels are pretty nice. I have the armrests and shit for them. The front door panels need a little bit of work. The front seat needs some work. I guess I'll put some carpet in it. Yeah, I'd like to get that thing back on the road. It really shouldn't take much. right before I took it to my buddy's shop, I just poured a little bit of fuel in the carburetor, and it fired right up and ran till, you know, the fuel was gone, and I could grab the wiring harness and jiggle it, and it would, you know, shut on and off. And rather than chase some sort of short or some sort of issue in there, I mean, fuck, well, shit, now it's 60 years old this year, so just replace the whole goddamn wiring harness and be done with it. And then you ain't got to worry about fires or shit like that. But now I've kind of got my shop cleaned back up, and I've got time, so I'm going to rewire it myself. I've done, you know, a couple pretty big wiring jobs, so it doesn't scare me as much as it did years ago. So anyway, I'd like to get that thing going and get this tri-power redone and cleaned up. It's pretty fucking filthy, but I think it'll work. The dude also had, well, once he told me, he actually delivered it, paid him a little bit of cash to just bring it to me, because he wanted to come down this way anyway. But then he told me he had a 63 with no carbs, you know, tri-power intake, and I was like, fuck, wish I would have known that. I would have bought that too. But anyway, so I'm going to meet up with him next week and grab that 63 intake as well. Imperial, this thing's almost finished. Get this thing out of here, get the Star Chief back in here. Yeah, so I'm excited to go back to tri-power. Anyway, see y'all later.